If you'd like online business explained to you in a way that you can actually understand, go to latenightim.com/explain. It's completely free, and I made it just for you. Now, how about an episode? Episode 212.
Late Night Internet Marketing.
This week on the Late Night Internet Marketing Podcast, I'm going to tell you all about what my 8th grader has to teach you about social media marketing and online conversions. All this and more on the Late Night Internet Marketing Podcast.
The Late Night Internet Marketing Podcast.
You've been working for somebody else, but you want a business to run yourself. You want to know how to start and where to begin. Can you get out your comfort zone, my friend? Yes, you can do it right when it's late at night. At the end of the day, your dreams burning inside. So keep it up and you will find that you're building your business one night at a time.
And now, broadcasting late at night from a little studio in the big state of Texas, your host, Mark Mason.
Hey, how is everyone doing? I am your host, Mark Mason, and you are listening to the Late Night Internet Marketing Podcast, and I hope that you are having a truly spectacular week, whether you're side hustling and trying to build a small internet business, or you are wildly successful. I hope your week is amazing, and I hope I can do something to make it a little bit better. I personally have had a fantastic week. Things are really hopping here at the little studio in Dallas, Texas, and we've been doing all kinds of stuff, including homework. We've been playing baseball. We've been going to dance, just all the things that you do with a family in a COVID situation. It's just really crazy. But I'm incredibly thankful for everything that's going on in and around the little studio here. Things couldn't be better, and I hope your life is similar. I hope things are really going great for you right now. As I mentioned to you, I am in the process of evaluating this latest drop shipping business model offering from Steve and Aiden over at Kibo Quantum. That program is closed now, but I wanted to give you guys an update. So they've delivered the first 2 weeks of training. Week one's kind of an idle week while the cart is open, kind of get everybody up to speed with some background training. And then week 2, which was just delivered a few days ago, is training all around setting up the store. And one of the things that's really amazing about the way they're approaching this, and it's a lesson we can all learn, is that in order for people to really be successful in a business, you need to give them the tools they need in order to succeed. And when you're selling stuff online with e-commerce, you need a platform that you can use to sell your stuff. And a lot of people use Shopify. There are some challenges with Shopify, though. One is it's not really optimized for drop shipping. You can certainly do drop shipping with it, and hundreds of thousands of people do use it as a drop shipping platform, but it's certainly not optimized for that. So recognizing this from the first version of the course, the guys, Aiden and Steve, that teach this Kibo Code method, they developed software tools that essentially replace Shopify. They built an online store platform. And while most of us are not in a position to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars into software development for a product that we're going to deliver to the marketplace, there is a lesson to be learned here. And the first lesson is whatever you're delivering to the market, you need to understand what the struggles are of your ideal customers. What is it that they're trying to solve? What are they struggling with? What are their aspirations? And how does your offer transformatively get them from the struggle that they're in to some place they consider to be success? What is it about your offer, and how can you uniquely do that? And it doesn't matter whether you're doing affiliate marketing or delivering a course. you really always need to take a step back and make sure that you're bridging that gap as you match offers with buyers to get people to that next place. And I think Steve and Aiden are certainly experienced marketers, multi 8-figure kind of guys. They understand this very well. And so far they're hitting it out of the park. So that's lesson one from this multi-million-dollar online course launch is meet your customers where they are, give them the stuff they need to be successful. Lesson two is, and this is even cooler, I think, look for the opportunities for your business in that. And in Steve and Aiden's case, they've revealed to us that the software that they're delivering to the group will eventually be for sale at a much higher price out in the wild. And so they're using this group of students as an opportunity to develop their next product, which happens to be a software as a service product. And of course, all the students are absolutely thrilled to death about that because we get it first. We'll have it for a year before everybody else. Yeah, we're going to work out all the bugs, but we're also not paying for it during that time. So it's a really awesome opportunity that they've recognized that has a, kind of a win-win situation for the students. And the lesson here is, I think, how can you look for things in your business where you can extend your business footprint laterally or in a related way to generate multiple streams of income? And again, comparing yourself to Aiden and Steve is going to be a little tough because they're 8-figure business guys, but the principle is sound. If you've got a niche that you're doing really well in, what's a related thing that you can expand into because of the thing that you understand uniquely in your niche? I think it's a really good lesson for all of us.
It's time to get to work building your internet business. One night at a time.
One night at a time.
Okay. So, as a segue to that, my son is interested in this drop shipping thing. We tried to do some drop shipping right before COVID. I've talked about this. We had supply chain problems. Well, we're trying again. In the meantime, I think I've also told you guys, he is taking a social media marketing course and he has learned some things about social media marketing. And he came home with the most amazing homework assignment. And it was such an important assignment that I thought I would share it with you guys. So his assignment was to create a social media marketing video pitch, essentially a talking head video that explained why someone should take action around a particular product. It needed to end in a call to action. In fact, what the teacher taught them was that a successful video, and in order to meet the requirements for the assignment, that in 60 seconds, the video could not be longer than 60 seconds. In 60 seconds, they needed to have a hook. Boy, doesn't that sound familiar? To grab someone's attention. Then they needed to talk about the struggle or the pain that their prospect was feeling or that they were involved in. And then they needed to provide a solution, those three things. And then finally, the video had to end up with a call to action. Well, of course, my son, always having baseball on the brain, thinks that the best thing for him to do, the thing that he really understands, the niche that he's an expert in, is baseball, and particularly baseball training. And so he breaks down this problem in the following way. Let's listen to what he has to say. I'm actually sharing this with you. Don't tell him, okay, that we're breaking down his video, but I want to actually share you the audio from the video. If you want to see the video, it's at latenightim.com/212, but let's listen to his audio.
Have you ever wondered what it takes to win a baseball championship? Have you ever thought about what it must be like to drive in the game-winning run? Most people never experience that. Maybe you can relate. I used to spend hours on end working under the hot summer sun, only to find myself stuck. I I wasn't improving and my team just kept losing. Then one day, I remembered what Albert Einstein had to say. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I knew I needed a change, and the change I needed was professional coaching. A dedicated instructor who could focus on helping me grow. I found my instructor at DBAT. All the instructors at DBAT are great people who have real-world experience playing baseball at the highest level. Their mission is to take your game to the next level. Call DBAT today to set up a lesson with your own instructor. Make your move to become a champion.
Okay, so you can hear this whole system, right, that he's expressing in this 60-second audio. I think it's actually 58 seconds or 53 seconds, something like that. He goes with the hook. Have you ever wondered what it's like to win a championship, right? I mean, there's the hook. Like, okay, well, what's that story arc going to be? That's his hook for this video. And then he breaks it down and says, look, I understand what it's like to struggle. And I've been there myself, working under the hot sun and getting nowhere fast and losing baseball games. And quite frankly, we've all felt that in some way, whether it's working on our business or in sports. That's a really common thing to understand, right? Is how people are feeling about not being successful. And then he starts working on the solution. He had this sort of epiphany, transformative realization where he says, oh man, I've got to take action if I want to do something. And in fact, I need professional coaching. And in professional coaching that I can get is at DBAT, and you should get professional coaching at DBAT too. And the call to action, of course, at the end is call DBAT today. Very simple, very direct. Ask for the sale. Call DBAT today. So 4 things, right? It's a hook. It's being relatable and amplifying the pain that your prospects are feeling. It's providing a solution and talking about what the transformation looks like. And then it's a call to action to get them to take action as you future paced this transformation of winning games and being a better player. What they need to do is pick up the phone, and you've got that call to action there. This simple formula is really a cut down version of the pastor formula that we've talked about in previous episodes, where usually we use pastor for long copy, but for this short copy, or even if you're writing a blog post or just trying to get your neighbor to fix the fence and go in halves with you on your fence that's between your property, this 4-step method of having a hook, capturing attention, expressing pain and making it relatable, and then doing something to future pace success and provide a solution, and then having a call to action at the end. This is a formula that you should be using every time you try to get someone to take an action, whether it's in your emails, whether it's in your videos on YouTube or in social media marketing, whether it's in your blog posts, in your Instagram posts. This is the way I believe you should be thinking if you want to inspire people to action, get them to get things done, to do things, to buy your products, to make themselves better. This is the approach to take. And it comes from an 8th grade, 14-year-old social media marketing class. How cool is that? And to all of the people that say, education today is crap, and my kids don't get a good education, and the educational system is broken, and teachers are, not doing a good job, and all on and on and on. I hear, I'm sure some of that exists, but I also am sure that maybe, people aren't looking enough to find some of the great things that are going on out there. And in this particular case, I can tell you that this kid just learned something that's going to affect everything that he does for the rest of his life. Again, if you want to see the video, it's at latenightim.com/212. Hey, before we go, there's one more thing I wanted to catch you up on. You know, we've been talking about Groove Funnels and how cool that is. It's at latenightim.com/groove. I cannot think of any reason that anyone would not go over there and get a free account. I've been using it to build a landing page. You can see the kind of things that are possible if you go over to freefunnelsforever.com. I've made this landing page completely with Groove Funnels. You can see there's a cool 2-step opt-in box there that looks pretty nice. You can see there's an embedded video there that's actually hosted on Groove Funnels, and you can do that with the free account for a certain number of videos. You can see a countdown timer I've put there to demonstrate for you some nice kind of features on the landing page, different sections and so forth. So you can check that all out. I definitely recommend that you go to latenightim.com/groove and just grab your free account while they're still doing that. I don't think they're going to stop giving away free accounts anytime soon, but I don't know that for a fact. One thing I will tell you is that right now they're in the middle of seasoning some new email responders. So right now, if you're on right now with Groove, you have email autoresponders available to you, but you cannot send email right now for a couple more days. So if you're going over there expecting to get something going this weekend, for example, you may need to wait a week before you get everything up and running. They're going to be turning those email autoresponders back on after they get seasoned. This is done to help spam filter type things to make sure that their email autoresponders are not regarded as spam by the spam gods, and make sure that their deliverability is good. It's one of the things that you have with one of the challenges you have with free software is how do you keep people from getting 1,000 free accounts and abusing them? They had some trouble like that. They're getting that fixed, but I'm still very impressed. Just as the landing page software, I think, it's not quite as good as ClickFunnels, as I've said in the past. As a course delivery platform, it's not as good as Kajabi, but it's plenty good enough for almost everyone in both of those cases. And the price is fantastic. So go on over to latenightim.com/groove, check it out, grab your free account, no credit card required, no commitment. And then at least you'll have that account if you need it sometime in the future, when you just have a crazy idea and you want to create a site like freefunnelsforever.com. With this software, what it costs to do this that you can see over at freefunnelsforever.com is whatever the domain name costs. In my case, $8.99 or whatever. So go check that out. latenightim.com/groove. Hey, I had another tidbit I wanted to share with you just from my personal experience that I think may help you out. One of the things that I dabble with is local business search engine optimization, and I do the SEO and other kind of marketing work for my wife's fledgling photography business. She is an amazing photographer. You can check her work out at paulamasonphotography.com, and she does as much photography as she wants to without it being a huge burden on our family. I mean, mostly her focus is raising a couple of kids. We got 2 out of the house, 2 still in the house. She's focused on the 2 that are still in the house. And that is a full-time job that's quite frankly bigger than my day job. Okay. But on the side, because she loves photography so much, she has this photography business, and I manage her website and do her marketing for her. And one of the things that we've been working on is dominating local search engine marketing for family photo sessions. Like I live in Allen, Texas. So we're talking about family photos, Allen, Texas, or senior photography, Allen, Texas. And we're not there yet. It's not a super huge priority for us, but it is something that we're working on over time. And she's doing a couple of things to help do that. She's gaining website authority by blogging on her paulamasonphotography.com blog. But another thing that we're doing is, of course, a critical thing in local SEO, which is maintaining our Google My Business account. Now, if you're not familiar with this, if you've never done any local SEO, if you have a local business or you're doing marketing work for a local business, you can go into Google at Google My Business and you can claim that business and you can set it all up. And that's where Google gets the information, like what are the business hours and what's the phone number and what's the website. Whenever you see local search results, those results are coming from the Google My Business listing. And one of the things that really helps your power in that search proposition is to have great reviews. And the thing is, who leaves a review on Google? I never have. I'm an SEO guy, and never once in my life have I ever left a review on Google. It's just weird, right? Because you find something on Google, you don't even think about it. You click on it, you go do the thing. You're not going to go back to Google to leave a review as a customer. So it's super weird. So we asked this question from a marketing standpoint. Well, how can we get Google reviews? That's not natural for people to leave reviews on Google, but it's incredibly helpful, both from a social proof standpoint. When people are in search, they see those 5-star reviews in there and it makes them click through. So it has a huge impact on click-through rate from Google search. And then the second way that it helps is Google weights that in their algorithm. Obviously, they want to give you the best local result. And so they will tell you, they will improve your rankings based on the strength of your reviews. So Paula has lots of happy clients. And so we did the thing that people almost never do. We asked. So I emailed a broadcast email to her previous clients. And I said, hey, we were very transparent. Thank you for being a customer. We hope you're enjoying your photos. Hey, I have a favor. Would you leave us a review in Google? It helps other customers find us in Google, and it helps people make a decision about whether or not to use me as their photographer. Speaking as Paula, she's saying, look, you can help other people and help me by leaving this review. And whether you leave a review or not, here's a coupon for 15% off your next photo shoot with me. So this does two things, right? One is it hopefully it converts to reviews. And the second thing that it does is it gives an incentive for people to book a new photo session all in one email. And I think it's a very straightforward thing that people often do. They don't ask for the thing that they want. They don't incentivize customers to take action. And this kind of email does both of those things. And actually, we just sent this email this week, and what we saw was an immediate flood of Google reviews. I think we sent the email out to 50 or 60 people as a test and immediately got 12 Google reviews. And they're still coming in as I record this. You can look for yourself. You can Google Paula Mason photography, and you should be able to see how we're doing there. That's pretty cool. And so my suggestion to you is to find a way to very respectfully and transparently ask for the things that you want in this way, and do it in a way that makes sense to your clients. And they're going to want to help you. If they're happy, they're going to want to help you. And until next week, I hope your world is fantastic. I mean, I hope it's just really great. And I hope listening to the Late Night Internet Marketing Podcast puts a little smile on your face. Ciao.
You can do it right when it's late at night.
You've been listening to the Late Night Internet Marketing Podcast.
Be sure to visit LNIM212.com today to leave feedback for Mark. Download special bonus content, access the show notes, and more. See you there.
Until then, go and make some great progress on your internet business, one night at a time.
Building your business one night at a time.
Okay, super good bird week here at the little studio in Dallas. In case you're not aware of this story, so a month ago, or I don't know, 3 months ago, my daughter comes downstairs and says, I want a bird. We're like, what? Actually, my wife had birds before. She had parakeets, I guess. And she wanted a bird and she wanted a cockatiel. So I never had a bird before and it sounded horrible to me. I mean, I never imagined actually having a bird. So we of course, we do some research here in the Dallas area, and there's a couple of really good, reputable bird stores for cockatiels, and they hand feed these from when they're babies and they make them into great pets. And so we get this cockatiel. His name is Gizmo. If I remember, I'll put a picture of Gizmo in the show notes. He is absolutely beautiful. So, Gizmo has had his first doctor's appointment. He's incredibly healthy, if not a little too healthy. He's a little bit on the chubby side. So it looks like we're going to have to put Gizmo on a little bit of a diet. But I mention all this to say, I really had the wrong impression of a bird. This bird is like a little person. And those of you that have had birds, I didn't know, but this bird has a personality, and the things that his bird song means different stuff. And my wife's been explaining to me what it means when he's looking for us, when he's happy, he goes to sleep on my shoulder. I mean, this is a really cool bird. So fun bird times with Gizmo at the little studio in Dallas. And if you are thinking about getting a bird, but you've been reluctant for whatever reason, I can tell you, you might have birds completely wrong, because Gizmo is awesome. Ciao.
Late night internet marketing.
Hey, it's Mark again. I wanted to tell you one more time about this absolutely free resource that I have for helping people who are trying to get the big picture for internet marketing, actually get started and understand what all their choices are. If that's not you, there's no more content. You can skip to the end. But if you're someone who came to this podcast because you're searching for how to get started online and you just can't cut through all the noise, I get it. That was me. In 2007, when I was trying to get started, there were so many people throwing offers at me that I really couldn't even understand what all the different business models were. I couldn't understand how money moved around on the internet, and I couldn't really get a grip on what direction I wanted to go in so I could figure out how to move forward. I've created a free video resource for you just for that purpose at latenightim.com/explain. In several short videos, I just explained to you what internet marketing is all about and what online business is all about and the different options that you have for starting an online business. There's nothing to buy there. You just sign up for access and you get the videos just like that. So if that's interesting to you, or if you know someone who's in a same situation, send them that link, latenightim.com/explain. And let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what people are thinking that are in the exact same position that I was in more than a decade ago in 2007. In some ways, it seems like yesterday. And in some ways, it seems like an entire lifetime ago. Again, that's latenightim.com/explain.
Late night internet marketing.